Well, welcome back, pharmacy aficionados. Welcome back to www.salesystem.com.au. My name's Glenn Guilfoyle and I head up the specialist pharmacy group called The Next Level. And this is our first foray into a monthly bulletin for 2018. And we come to you each month in this shape and form to provide some sort of content, some sort of thought, cogitation to help you in the development, in your continuous improvement of your forward pharmacy service model. And this month I want to leverage from an article that I had the pleasure to co-write with Paul Jaffa. Paul's a pharmacy guild member and practicing pharmacist on the Gold Coast. And we wrote about the impact of the February 1 codeine changes and how you might handle confronting objections, particularly for some of those customers who might get a bit cranky. And so I'm going to loosely base this month's bulletin on the story that Paul and I wrote. So from February 1, obviously past now, you will be confronted, I'm sure you've already found that, with objections, and we want to talk to you about maintaining equanimity and actually LARF. That's LARF, not laugh, ha ha. All right, so here we go. So we've all seen a surfeit of advice punctuating the trade press recently, and certainly even since, in the lead up to and since the Feb 1 changes. So Paul and I wrote this article in an attempt to, on one hand, add to the chorus, but we trust we can reward you by finding the 5 or so minutes to read this due to the different angle in which we're coming from. So many of the pundits have beseeched pharmacists to be prepared, but how do you prepare for the cranky customer? Due to the significant change of upscheduling that codeine containing medicines will present, the first thing to bear in mind is the advantage of effective communication skills, remaining calm and not dismissing their concerns. And this will assist in ultimately delivering the best solution for the patient. Firstly, you're likely to know who these customers will be. So I suggest convene your team to come up with a list. Then run some in-house scripting and role plays. And I'm being serious, it's that important. Use one of the tried and tested variations on the themes of conversation models for objection handling. Here's one that's easy to learn and simple to practice. LARF, L-A-R-F. Firstly, L. L stands for listen, and I mean really listen. Silence is golden. Give your customer psychological air. Throw them what we call the velvet cushion. So shut your mouth for at least 2 seconds as you fully digest what the customer says, regardless of how inane it may have been. Secondly, A. A stands for acknowledge. Let the customer know that you have really listened. Choose your own words, but anything that impresses, I hear what you're saying, or something of that ilk, will really go a long way towards bridging the connection. You'll be amazed at how you can connect with the hitherto disconnected customer if you say it and really mean it. It's very disarming. This is empathy, not sympathy. Next, R. R stands for respond. Only now should you respond. Don't cave in, support your original position and explain why. Otherwise, you will undermine, or at least run the risk of undermining your own credibility. But be prepared to contemplate and discuss an alternative that goes some way towards addressing the customer's objection. Let the customer choose. Your job is to provide professional alternatives. Let the customer take control of that choice. And finally, F. F is for feedback. Ask for it. Lead the customer into speaking more than you at this point. You've provided options, your first original one, which you've supported, and potentially having fielded alternatives that at least some way go towards addressing the customer's objections. So be prepared to loop back because the objection may not be counted in one pass. Remember that a cranky customer can be a key to opportunity to improve their pain management if the pharmacy is prepared and handles these objections in the right way. So I hope you find this useful as you weather the codeine storm, and don't forget we're always only a phone call away if you'd like to host this discussion one-on-one in your pharmacy. And if you click through back to the Word version of this post, you'll find the written words and our contact details. I'm Glenn Guilford from The Next Level, and look forward to coming back to you next month with our next chapter in this series.